Hello, Gary Champion, psychic medium, psycho medium, psychic medium. Um, it's getting kind of interesting out there, isn't it? Who do you trust? We need masks. We don't need masks. This drug will work. No, it won't. We have a vaccine. We're not sure. We need to quarantine. We don't need quarantining. It's a mess. And I thought about it a little bit myself. Hmm. I was going to sneeze. I guess not. All that anticipation. Um, my feeling is that we do need face masks all the time, as long as they don't get wet and then they attract germs and then you're breathing them in. Masks can help a little bit. They don't help a lot, but they do help a little bit. So, I mean, when someone sneezes, it goes into your eyes, mouth, nose. That's you're breathing it in. So it does help a little bit. Covers the nose and the mouth. I believe we do need them. I believe there is no cure for this because someone just said so. You know, I don't know anything. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. There's no known cure for this virus and won't be for a long time. It's something you live with, like a bad leg. If you broke a leg and it's, I had a friend in high school. It's interesting. His face flashed up. I have thought about him lately. Name was Tom, and Tom was a rip roarer. Never knew he didn't have any brakes. He's passed now, so sometimes he comes around. But he broke his arm in a car accident, and I'm not going to tell you the details, but it was very, very strange. I was the only one that didn't get in the car. Everybody else got in the car. They wrecked the car. I was at home. I didn't find out until Monday, but if I'd have been in the car, I decided not to go. Voice told me to get out of the car. Anyway, his arm was always crooked after that. I believe that's what we have. We have a crooked arm. It's an arm that'll heal somewhat, but never quite fully. Um, I think his the first doctor said it, and then it was really bad, and then they broke it again and reset it. Oof. Knew his wife. Who can you trust? Trust the experts. Politicians are sliding around covering their butts with whatever band aid they can find at the moment. And they like to be in control. They don't want you to say anything or spill anything that might be truthful. Um, Experts know what this stuff is. They've seen it over and over and over again. They've worked in other countries with things we've never seen here. So listen to them. Cover your mouth when you sneeze. And again, we went to the store yesterday and sprayed that stuff on the handle of the grocery cart. And when you go out of the house and come back home, wash your hands. You don't know what you've touched, and you may have it with you, and you may spread it to someone or yourself. It's an up and down disease. It'll come and then it'll sort of fade and then it'll come again. Trying times ahead, someone's saying. I hear that kind of often, but trying times ahead. This will test us as to who we are. And now we're through the initial kind of crap about what it is and where it's coming and how to sort of work with it. And now people are pointing fingers. It's his fault. You know, Republicans standing up said, well, man, Pelosi delayed that. She took 2 days to argue this thing, and how many lives died? Democrats are saying, yeah, but the Republicans knew about this in January. They didn't do anything in March. Who's the big killer here? Pointing fingers isn't going to fix anything. I don't know if it doesn't matter who the politicians are, either side, Democrat, Republican, whoever was in office was bound to try and cover their butts because it didn't happen on their watch and endanger their ability to run for office and win. So I don't think that really matters. But there's a lot of mudslinging going on. Who did what and who didn't do it? Man, we're not even through the crisis yet. Stop doing that. You're already blaming people. There's enough blame to go around. We're in the middle of a crisis here. Don't start mudslinging and doing that politician crap you do. It just bores people to tears. Hang together. One party should be talking to the other party. They should be saying, what can we do together to make this better? They're not doing that. I know that when I meet someone on the street, they'll say, I'm blah, blah, and we'll talk about something, and they'll say, I'm keeping my distance from everybody. I always say, that's smart. And then we discuss something totally, or we pass each other going to the mailbox, and it's never mentioned. It never comes up. No one wants to talk about it. There are those two groups, the people that are, if they don't talk about it, they won't get it. Or they've thought about it so much they can't endure another moment of thinking about it, so that they don't want to talk about it. They'll say, oh, it's nice and sunny today. Or as today, it's dropped back to in the 40s and it's cold and rainy. Well, we had a turn of weather. It's rainy, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, see you later. It is getting interesting out there. They're testing the mettle of our country. This disease will. Oh, geez. Okay, this is a portent of things to come. I wouldn't use the word portent. I don't even know what it means. But it's a portent of things to come. We're looking at the future scenario as well as what's going on now. This is going to occur over and over again. And how we handle it now, and how we record it, and how we write it down, and how we get our guys to work on it and fix it is how we'll be better able to do it when it comes again. Guys are still going to point fingers, they're still going to lie, they're still going to cover their asses, and people who blow whistles, they're always going to get fired even though there's a law against it. That guy in China said, whoo, we got a virus here. They locked him up. He's dead. Not that we would have probably done any different. Always the person who seems to know things, the first thing they call is crazy. And people saw this coming. And the next one, people will see that one coming too. Will people listen to them? I doubt it. But right now, we're not to the point of, when this one is sort of over, we'll evaluate what we did that worked and what didn't. And they'll put protocols in place. There'll be somebody there to run this thing the next time instead of, amateurs. Not even well-meaning amateurs. Well-meaning amateurs are always welcome in a discussion or a trial and error thing. They're amateurs, but they're well-meaning and they will help. But these aren't well-meaning amateurs. These are just amateurs. They got their name up on the board. They think they're somebody. And it's all for nothing anyway. Once they pass and a couple of generations go by, no one will remember their name. Certainly not me. I won't be here. People come behind me. Who was that guy? I don't know. Don't remember. So we're fighting over things that the virus will have lasting consequences. And we'll learn from it. We'll be better the next time. But the same jackasses will be there. They get a seat at the big table even though they don't deserve it. The CDC, those guys, give them the ball. They know what to do with it. They've seen a lot of this. And I think that's what they're saying. Give us a ball, we'll run with it. But every time they open their mouth and say blah, 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 they get shut up. They get fired, which, as we all know, doesn't help. It's not like they're crying wolf, woof, woof, woof. And they do it often enough and people don't listen. These are knowledgeable people. The country's full of them. And other countries, as someone pointed out. Every country has its little group of scientists that will get a handle on this, or this is portents of things to come. Your children may be facing this, and we'll learn the lessons. We'll put it all on a computer and we'll have a standby plan. Oh, there's a virus coming through. What do we do? Oh, get out that file B that, here it is. Okay, let's follow this. This worked the last time. We'll do that. Things will get better. Don't worry so much. Oh, crap. They're saying the worst is yet to come. So these are not questions I'm asking. I'm just trying to sit here and do a video that makes things better. That's my only point. I'm not trying to hurt anybody, but the worst is yet to come. Again, I always found it interesting. I said hunker down in a video a couple of months ago or a month ago or something. Everybody's saying hunker down. It's a great term. I didn't make it up. Probably some old cowboy said, we're going to hunker down here until this storm passes. It's a great saying. Be kind to your friends. Look out for each other. Don't expose yourself. Yes, a face mask is a good idea. It always was. Why did they tell you not to wear them? Can you figure that one out? You don't need a face mask. Don't worry about that. Meanwhile, the guy that's talking has a face mask on. They didn't say it because they wanted those masks to go to the people in the front line, the people in the hospitals, nurses and doctors, and they still don't have enough. But that's why, if everybody went out and bought a mask, it wouldn't be enough for the people who are fighting this thing. So it sort of made sense, but it was a big lie. Strange things happen. My wife's going to fly at some point. They're going to call her back to begin to fly again. And they advised her to have a mask and to have gloves to every time you touch something, and multiple sets. So we were digging around the house one day. And I said, I think I've got all that stuff. We dug up in the closet, and there's a big box of masks. And then she said, I know you've got some. Yeah, I've got a big box of blue rubber gloves. So we didn't have to go out and deplete the supply out on the shelf. So she's armed if she goes back out to protect herself. What can you do? She likes flying. Great job. She's not going out there now, though, and neither should you. I was standing out in the front yard yesterday, and we were just talking about how there's no planes in the sky, and a little corporate jet went by. It's, I guess, one of those small, very expensive, probably seats about 12 people. I mean, I don't know anything about aviation, but that's what it looked like. Cruised in for a landing. I'm sure he didn't have to fight over a landing space because they're parked airplanes out there. And yesterday I was out there and I looked up and there was a FedEx plane. Okay, well, some people are flying. Got to get that mail in. And as a matter of fact, we've had almost no mail. The flyers, even the flyers advertising new restaurants and crap like that, they're not in the box anymore. Why? Because no one's eating. I did, however, go out and get in the drive-through lane and get a burger yesterday. Tasted great. My first freedom, and we know all the people there, and they're great. They brought it out to the car. We talked a little bit about life. And there's a lady I told who runs that place. I said, they're going to shut this place pretty much down. And this was long before it happened. And her eyes got really big and said, it's not going to kill the company, but it's going to be not so good. It turns out her company didn't fire anybody. They just kept them working. Just run the drive-through, do curbside. So, isn't it? Humans are so adaptable and so interesting that there's always a way to make things work. If you just don't listen to I mean, we're being pulled to this side and then to this side, and one guy says this, and then 10 minutes later, this guy says that, and they're opposite views. Stick with the experts. Politicians don't know crap. They can open a bottle of beer or pronounce their name correctly on television. They can give a good speech, but they don't know about this. The experts, nurses, doctors, experts, CDC, scientists, people who are working on this. Read those articles. The other ones are just panicky. Those guys know. They know better than anybody. And we're going to be okay. Long-term effects will be detrimental in some areas and okay in others. And in the back of my mind, I'm hearing all this stuff about don't worry about getting those monthly, getting a paycheck for the virus. That too will end. You'll get one, and because they don't intend on shutting the country down for the rest of the year. They can't. People have to eat. People need jobs, even at the risk of dying. I mean, the people who settled this country did that. They went out the door, even though there was a bear out there they knew was out there. They could hear it. They still had to go bring the crop in or shoot a squirrel or do whatever they do. We're always taking risk of some kind. We're all in the same boat. It's a great boat. We're going to have to plug up some leaks, learn how to paddle a little better. But we'll be all right. No fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.